Hey everyone! Welcome to The Young and the Restless. I'm Jane, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Young and the Restless, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Sally makes an unexpected demand, and Damian puts Audra on notice. Told by Amanda Sinclair. I didn't come to France for this. I thought I was coming for a working vacation, a brief escape, a strategic retreat. Some quiet days among old friends turned family, while helping Kane figure out his next move with Chancellor. What I didn't expect was the emotional powder keg I'd find myself trapped in, the kind that makes you question everything, your loyalties, your past decisions, your future. My phone buzzed on silent mode all day with updates I couldn't look at because there was no signal in the middle of the countryside. And yet somehow, every second felt charged with consequences. It started on the train car. I found Lily there, arms crossed, lips tight. She looked, not angry, exactly. Just tired. The kind of tired that goes deeper than your bones, into your soul. She said, "You could have told me, Amanda. In Genoa City. Weeks ago." I closed my eyes, felt that sharp pang of guilt again. I couldn't. Kane had me sign an NDA. Legally, I wasn't allowed to. But morally, you knew, she interrupted, eyes searching mine. We were almost family once. You knew. She wasn't wrong. That's what made it worse. Lily was right to be upset. Kane coming back into her life like this, like a ghost with unfinished business, wasn't something anyone should have to navigate unprepared. I tried to explain that Kane claimed he just wanted to start again. That he was different now, calmer, more focused. That maybe he'd left the shadows of Colin behind. But it was like trying to sell forgiveness to someone who had run out of mercy. You think a bigger bank account changes anything? She asked, practically scoffing. He worked with Colin again. That's all I need to know. And then she walked out. I sat there after she left, staring at the wood paneling of the train car, the elegant little light fixtures above the window, the view of sun-soaked vineyards outside, and I felt like the worst kind of in-between. Not family. Not quite friend. Just a professional who had gotten far too close to the fire. But this wasn't even the worst part of the day. The real storm began later, in the villa, when Sally laid into Billy. I overheard them from the hallway outside their room, wasn't eavesdropping exactly. Their door wasn't closed all the way, and their voices carried. Sally was demanding guarantees. I gave up Marchetti for this, she said. Her voice didn't tremble, it was hard, steel-lined. If this falls apart, I'm left with nothing. Billy tried to calm her, in that smooth way of his, jokes, kisses, soft promises. But she wasn't having it. She was sharp, clear-eyed. You want Chancellor, fine. But if you get it, I get Abbott Communications. In writing. I held my breath, pressed my back against the wall. It was like listening to two people trying to figure out if they were partners or opponents. Sally wanted assurance. She didn't want to end up like Phyllis, abandoned, iced out, irrelevant. Billy tried to reassure her, but it was obvious to me he hadn't considered how this might look from her side. Not really. They were building something together, or at least pretending to. But revenge and ambition don't mix well with trust. Not for long. I slipped away after that. I felt like I was trespassing on something private. Downstairs, I ran into Kyle and Diane. Diane looked worried, her lips pursed in that way she always did when she wanted to say something but knew it would explode the moment it landed. Sure enough, she dropped the bomb. Audra is using you, she told Kyle. She said it straight, without drama, without flair. Just facts. Kyle chuckled. I'm one step ahead of her, Mom. But I wasn't so sure. Kyle's always been cocky like that. Thinks he can handle anything, especially women. But Audra's not just any woman. She plays a long game. She watches, waits, strikes when your guard is down. And if Victor's really involved? Well, that's not a game anyone wins. I kept my thoughts to myself. I didn't want to get in the middle of that storm, too. But then Damian cornered me in the garden maze. Of course he did. It was like fate had decided I needed one more conversation to push me over the edge. You and Kyle, he started. That look between you two? That's not just old colleagues. I raised an eyebrow. Seriously? He sat beside me on the marble bench, the sun setting in warm orange streaks behind him. Maybe I'm imagining things. But it feels a lot like what was happening with you and Holden. That hit a nerve. I'm with Nate, I told him. He nodded, but the suspicion didn't leave his face. Are you? Really? Or are you just saying that because it's convenient? That's when I realized what this was really about. He wasn't warning me. He was protecting Nate. His brother. I'm not doing anything behind Nate's back, I said. He gave a tight, almost imperceptible smile. Good. Because I'm watching. Then he stood up and left me there. Alone again. In the maze. In this metaphor for my entire life, twists, dead ends, false hopes, and high hedges. And just when I thought I could breathe for a second, my phone buzzed. A message from Kane. Headed to Genoa City for 2 days. Keep everyone entertained. Distract them. I stared at the screen for a long moment. Distract them? From what? What was he doing back in Genoa City? Why was I here babysitting a group of people who clearly didn't want to be near each other? Was I just a pawn? It all started to click. The weirdness. The tension. The lingering questions. Lily's fury. Devon's protectiveness. Abby's suspicion. Kane's paranoia. He told Chance someone was going to try to kill him before this trip was over. Kill him. You don't say something like that unless you want a reaction. Or unless you know something the rest of us don't. And now I was supposed to distract everyone? I didn't sign up for this. I was done playing middleman. Done watching people burn each other to the ground while pretending it's about business or projects. I needed to talk to Nate. I needed someone to pull me back from this edge. But when I tried to call, I got no signal. Of course. The maze. The villa. The countryside. All of it designed to isolate us. That's when I started to feel it, real fear. Like I was in the middle of a chessboard and someone else was moving all the pieces. And I wasn't a queen or a bishop. I was a pawn. Again.